Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to another video on the Commentary is Silent channel where the commentary is not so silent. And in today's video, so first things first, I just wanted to let y'all know that I will be turning this into a series, The Hater Chronicles, and they'll just be telling stories of all my past, like, beef and haters and memorable haters and all that crap that I had to deal with, man. It was a lot. This is gonna most likely be a long series. Who knows? Maybe I might get renewed for a season 2. Who knows? Maybe I might get canceled after season 1. But nah, man, the amount of stories that I got, bro, I'm telling you, it's some wild stuff. But anyways, no, actually, first things first. This video, it's not like it. Well, I mean, it is a sponsorship. What I'm about to overall say. But anyways, for those that are purchasing tickets from SeatGeek, you can use my promo code TMossBoss and it will knock $20 off your first purchase. So do that. Go get you tickets to a baseball game, a basketball game when the football season starts. Get you tickets to a football game. Go see One Direction. I don't know if they're performing, but hey, if they are, then go get tickets to go see them. Even if you've never been to a One Direction concert. I've never been to a One Direction concert, but if I was going to go to a website to get tickets, I would go to SeatGeek. Alright, so anyways, let's go ahead and get into this video. So, let's start off with the last hater that I had to deal with, and I'm gonna go ahead and call him the Twitch hater. Now, the Twitch hater, this dude, so here's his, like, whole story. So he used to be, I guess, I don't know, he probably still is, but in his words, he used to be a fan of a YouTuber that I beef with a couple of years ago. And yeah, he, I guess wanted to be cool with me. He stopped being a fan of that YouTuber, but just to let you guys know, like, that YouTuber there, I will overall talk on him at some point in time, but that YouTuber and his fan base is, like, mad toxic. Like, super, super toxic. Like, all the stuff that they got going on, like, back then and now, like, fam, that is definitely one of the most toxic fan bases that I've ever seen on YouTube. Like, I know that there's, like, some diehard fans out there, like, towards content creators, but oh my god, like, I guess, like, be on the receiving end of seeing somebody do wrong, and then people, like, openly support that crap, or they'll, like, something will go down with them, and then you just see how strong people will defend that. It's honestly, it's insane. It's insane to see. But the only reason why I think that is because it's not big. It's not popular. It's not, this isn't like viral Keemstar drama alert news. Like, no, this is just happening between, like, the small, like, communities and stuff. So therefore, it's like, yeah, nobody ain't gonna see the time of the day of this. They ain't gonna be paying attention to this. But at some point in time, that's one thing that I have always said, and I feel like that's why the hate has kind of, like, died down a little bit, but I'm like, eventually, at some point in time, like, this stuff is going to get big, it is going to get popular, and yeah, I know I'm going to have some answering to do, and I already have my answers prepared. I'm like, I'm not worried about anything that happens to me. I'm like, I'm chilling, but you guys, on the other hand, like, yeah, y'all gonna have a lot of answering to do with just me and with other content creators that these guys are dealing with. Like, oh yeah, they're gonna have a lot going on. So anyways, but no, let's talk on the Twitch hater. So the Twitch hater, oh my god, bruh, man, there's so much to go over. So be prepared, sit down, go get you some pizza, go get you some popcorn, some tacos or something, I don't know. But anyways, so last year, so it all started last year on Twitch when my stream was kind of, like, dead. Like, and it had, like, a whole lot of activities going on it. It wasn't nobody in chat. It was just, it was extremely dead. So I will post on social media frequently asking people, hey, join my stream, let's talk, let's conversate. Still kind of doing that till this day, and it's like 200-300 followers later and stuff. I'm still having to say that, but anyways, we ain't gonna talk on that. But no, I was posting about that stuff all over the place, so the Twitch hater had to notice of it. And reminding you guys, like, he used to be a fan, so these guys would, like, stalk my channel, see what I'm posting, see what I'm doing, and then, just, I guess, go on from there. But anyways, he took notice to that stuff, started joining my streams. Now, usually, like, when people join your streams and are like, hey, hi, you're like, oh, hey, what's up, man? It's like, thank you for being here in my stream, all that stuff. It's cool. Like, so the initial, like, thing that I picked up from him, I'm like, okay, just a random person. it was up until he said that he used to be a fan of this YouTuber that I beef with, and then at that point, that's when I was just like, nah, trust in you is gone. Like, I want to, like, think that, you know, okay, this guy is normal, he's chill, but I've had that happen to me so many times before where, like, you know, the, like, fan of a old hater and things, would come over to my channel and want to conversate and talk with me, and I'm like, they're usually some scout, a spy. Like, I know I can't be paranoid, but I'm like, it's happened to me so many different times. What makes this guy any different? And because I'm doing this video, yeah, there wasn't much of a difference. So anyways, so yeah, he told me that, and I was like, oh, okay, you know, chill, I guess. I'm like, you know, you could have just left that out and things, and I probably would have still been talking with this guy to this day, but because I knew that he used to be cool with a person that I beef with, I was like, nah, man, it's like, I already know what your deal is, and it did get to a point in time, pretty much like, you know, spoiler alert, eventually I ended up banning this guy, but nah, back onto the beginning of things. So anyways, you know, he would ask me a lot of questions about, like, my time, like, beefing with this YouTuber, and I'm like, fam, if you was a fan of this guy, you was there, you saw this crap, why do you keep asking me questions? Like, I did bring that up, but I'm all like, hey, like, you was there, like, I mean, you don't have to, like, keep constantly, like, joining my stream, asking me about, or talking about haters and crap, like, I'm trying to keep that separated. I don't even want to talk on that stuff even in YouTube videos anymore, anywhere, but here I am once again talking on that crap. But you know, like, I'm just telling stories, but I'm like, I don't even want to deal with that crap anymore. Like, nah, it's like, whatever, you know, happens, it's like, you could go check out videos of that and stuff, but I'm like, I'm done talking on that. I don't want to talk on it no more. So anyways, so yeah, he overall, and I'm like, my thing is this, you know, as a content creator, like, I overall have a choice on whether I want to talk on something or not. So like, now I'm making that choice on where I want to talk on this stuff. Back then, I'm like, yeah, it was a different story. I was just like, you know, it was kind of like the aftermath of, like, dealing with it. So yeah, I was drained. I was like, bro, I was like just straight beat up from this crap. And I was like, I don't even want to talk on this no more. But now I'm chilling. So I'm like, I just talk on it whenever. But anyways, so yeah, there was that, and it went from those questions talking about haters to, like, personal questions. And I remember the one personal question that he asked me, and I'm like, what kind of question is that? Like, I've never, like, even when I would do Q&A videos, I've never had nobody, I've had people ask me, like, some weird questions, but you can see one of those, like, weird trolling questions, and then a flat out just weird question. But, so, he's asking me all these random questions, I'm just answering it, just playing my game, whatever. And, yeah, then the question he asked me was, like, how many stories is your house? I'm like, what? Why do you need to know that? Like, well, because my thing is this, I don't know where this guy is at. You know, he claims to be in California, but I'm like, fam, this dude can be, like, right here in Washington State trying to track me down. Once again, paranoia, but I feel like I got my reasons, all right? So I don't know, because I did multiple takes of this video, so I really don't know if I talked on the paranoid stuff. I'm paranoid when it comes to, you know, people asking me questions like that, because I'm like, I don't know what your deal is. Why are you asking me that? It's weird. Like, no, don't ask me questions. So I told him, I was like, hey, look, you don't need to know that type of stuff. I'm like, that's for me to know. I'm like, you don't need to know how many stories my house is, because if I tell you, then you get the looking around and all that. And if I felt like I never would have nipped that stuff right then and there, he probably would have still, till this day, been asking me some old, weird random questions. And so told him, like, it's a weird question. It's like, don't ask me stuff like that. He's arguing with me, just trying to tell me it's not a weird question. I'm like, it is a weird question. If I say it's a weird question and I'm weirded out by it, it's a weird question. You can say whatever, yeah, you are probably cool with people asking you questions like that, but not me. I don't want people to know how many stories my house is. I'm like, it's weird. What do you need to know that information for? So anyways, but yeah, I'm like, fam, like, no, this is weird. But so anyways, he goes and we're arguing about that. And then I can't remember, there was another time we got into an argument. It might have been that one with the stories and stuff. But anyways, but no, like I remember there's a time when we did get into it. And then that's like when some other people started joining in and was agreeing with him. So at that point, that's when it just started, like, you know, really circulating in my head. Like, I've been down this road before, and I'm like, at this point, I should have just overall banned him right then and there, but I didn't, like me being stupid. I'm like, I'm not gonna ban him. I'm not gonna, cause I'm like, maybe I am just, kind of seeing things like outside the box, and, I'm just, kind of like just going overboard with it and stuff, but, excuse me, but anyways, I didn't ban him, but he will really play this manipulative game like, oh, I'm sorry. Like every time when we got into it, and it would be over some stuff that he would say, but every time we get into it, and he's like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say it. I didn't mean. Then it's like, fam, you as a grown, because he was an adult. I think this guy's like 20 something years old. You as an adult should know when something is going to start an argument or if it's not going to start an argument. I'm like, look at everybody else in the chat where we're cracking jokes, talking about games, movies, music. We're talking about all these different things. And you're bringing up like hate and asking me weird and random questions. And then like I'm saying, it's like, and then like also he would like to talk on like his friends and family. Like I guess there was a friend of his that likes to steal. And I'm like, have you tried talking with this guy? And he's just like, oh no, there's no hope for him. I'm like, okay, well then if there's no hope for him, why even bring him up in the first place? It wasn't even like we would have like a conversation with somebody like stealing or anything. He would just randomly bring some stuff like that up. And I'm like, bro, I'm not trying to sound rude when I say this, but I don't care. Like, I don't know why you're telling me this stuff. But yeah, anyways, he'll tell me stuff like that. And then I'm like, bruh, like, can we not talk on that? Like, I don't know who your friend is. I don't know, like, who this man can be dealing with some stuff. And I'm like, kind of just talking behind his back. If you claim of this as being your friend, I'm like, it's kind of you're being a messed up friend, like, talking behind his back like that. I'm saying, like, have some respect and stuff. So, anyways, but yeah, he would talk on stuff like that. And then I remember when it started getting like very toxic with him. No, so I think I've talked on this before, where there was a girl at my high school where she rejected me because of the color of my skin. And so, yeah, of course, like anybody would look at that and be like, that's racist. That is racism. Like, and everybody that I've talked to in my whole life that I've said that to, I'll never forget when I was telling, because no, I can't remember how we got in the conversation at my old job because I used to work at a cafe, but I remember I was telling, I think it was a customer that, and another customer had overheard, and she was shocked. She was like, fam, like, it is so crazy when you, like, as a black person telling somebody that's not black some of your most, like, racist encounterments. Oh my God, I have never seen somebody so shocked before. I've seen where people have been shocked and they're like, oh man, that's messed up. But that's like the universal, like, shocking. This woman, you would have thought, like, she had seen this stuff go down. And I'm like, man, why is you so shocked? But anyways, I have talked on that situation numerous times, right? Numerous times in videos, podcast episodes. I've talked on it. I might have talked on it in the stream at some point in time, but at that time though, when we were talking, so all right, so just to get into it and things, so we're talking on relationships. Now, I'm not even thinking of that girl. I'm not even thinking of that situation. I'm not even thinking of nothing related. We're talking, I can't remember what we were overall talking on. It might have been rejections. But anyways, we were talking on relationships. And out of nowhere, he just randomly said this, and he was just all like, I don't know if this is racist or not, but I would turn a person down for the color of their skin. Now, it didn't really dawn to me then, but then it started hitting me. I'm like, I've talked on this before, and I feel like he's just trying to, like, start up some crap, and then, like, I guess, like, troll me or whatever and things. But anyways, I'm like, that's racist. Like, nah, that is flat out racist. I'm like, I don't even know why you would say some stuff like that. Wasn't even talking on race or anything else. Like, yeah, we were talking on relationships, but I'm saying we ain't talking on some stuff like that. But anyways, no, I'm like telling him that is racist, and he's arguing with me saying that it's not. And I'm like, you're telling somebody you're turning them down because of the color of their skin. What is it? I'm like, no, that's not no preference. That's not no choice. That is flat out racism. I'm saying that's no different than somebody being killed over the color of their skin, somebody being slapped over the color of their skin, or just, yeah, overall, like any form of attacking. That's what that is. You are attacking that person's race. I'm like, why am I like this doesn't even make any sense? I'm like, nah. And I'm like, I asked him, I'm like, what would you do if somebody were to say that to you? And he's just like, oh, I wouldn't care. And that's like the one thing that everybody always says, oh, I wouldn't care. I wouldn't, but you've never been in that situation. So how would you know? You spent literally years chasing this person just for them to tell you, oh, because you're because no, he was Middle Eastern. I'm like, because of your race, you being Middle Eastern, I'm sorry, but I can't be with you. Like, what? Why? What is me being like? I can't help what my family tree is or what my background I come from. That's my family background. I can't help it. But anyways, but yeah, like, no, he was like arguing with me over that. So I'll admit I was getting a little bit loud in the stream, but it was nothing compared. And it's crazy because like I knew it was like that situation. I knew it was about me. It ain't really dawned to me like right then and there, but eventually I started catching on and was just like, I'll admit I was getting loud, but it wasn't up until he started being disrespectful to my friends. That's when I went off on him. And then at that point, I was like, nah, this dude is on thin ice. And after that, I don't care. I'm telling everybody. And no, so what he overall said, so me and my friends, we're all in my stream. We're talking about like, the jobs we have and, how successful these jobs are. And one of my friends, she's an engineer for a major company. So I'm like, fam, like you freaking got it big right now. I'm like, I guarantee like in like the up and coming years, like, nah, we're going to be like millionaires or something. Out of nowhere, he jumps in and he's like, sorry, but I don't think you guys are ever going to be millionaires. And I'm kind of just looking at and so I'm like, trying to take in what he just said and stuff. And then he started arguing with my friend. And then that's when it like snapped in my head. I'm like, oh, he's saying this to my friend too. And if people know me, people know like, hey, look, disrespect me. When you start disrespecting my friends, I really don't care about your feelings. And I'm going to say some stuff that's going to hurt you. All right. So anyways, he's saying that, and I'm like, nah, I'm like, don't say no discouraging stuff like that. He's like, it's not discouraging, it's facts. There's nobody in this world that has $1 million. I'm like, are you slow? Like, how do you think people become billionaires? They obviously got $1 million, and I'm saying, like, it's stuff like that where it's like, no, because he's tried telling me that before, that he has like a communication problem. I'm like, no, that's not a communication problem. That's like, no, you just being stupid. That's just you being ignorant. Like something is like mentally wrong with you. I'm saying like it's stuff like that where it's you're expecting people not to have a reaction to it. Like, fam, people are going to have a reaction to that stuff. That's discouraging. And because my thing is this, place it in a situation where he's into something and then somebody's saying something that's upsetting him. I'm like, that's discouraging. That's what that is. It doesn't take like, like I'm saying the dumbest of the dumbest people can know when something is discouraging or not. So I'm saying it's like, it's stuff like that. I'm like, no, you're saying things to like make me upset and stuff. So yeah, I'll admit, like, in that stream, I was getting loud with them and stuff. I was kind of, raging a little bit, and it was crazy. I wasn't even raging at a game. I was raging at a person. But because I'm like, fam, you don't even know my friends like that to be saying some disrespectful things. So why do you think I should, like, really give you any time of the day? Like, why do you think I should give you any, like, form of, like, communication, like, acknowledgement or any of that stuff? So I'm like, that night, I remember I got very, very close to just banning him from my stream. But it was like, some people was like talking to me, calming me down, checking up on me and stuff. So I kind of just slipped my mind. But I had to say, I don't think if nobody would have like contacted, I probably, because at how I was feeling, I was like, bro, I'm like, that's nah, bruh. We can't have that in my stream. Nah. So anyways, I got on him about that. I'm all like, don't say any more discouraging stuff like that. That is your one and only like warning. No more. I'm like, I don't care like how you feel about it or what you think about it. No, in my stream, it's discouraging. If I say something's racist, something's racist. If something's discouraging, I don't care how you feel about it. You go into your own streams and talk on that stuff. But in my streams, no, you're going to show respect. So anyways, times passed by and then and it's crazy because you think because of the past two situations I would have banned him. The reason why I banned him was because he was talking about his friends. I banned him for some people that I didn't even. I honestly was just looking for a reason to ban him. Like, if we're gonna be truthfully honest, I was finding any reason possible to ban him, because I was like, nah, this dude, something's wrong with him, and I'm like, I can't deal with this crap no more. I'm like, it's when you get to a point like where you just don't even want to stream, or you don't even like, you're like hoping that they don't join your stream and stuff. I'm like, you should never feel like that with a person. So that's why I was like, nah, man, I gotta nip this right here and now. But nah, yeah, he was being disrespectful to, I don't know if I have the other 2 streams where he was being racist and being discouraging, but I think I know for a fact I do. I had to like find that one day and post it and stuff, but yeah, like he was just overall saying like some disrespectful stuff about his, not even about his friend, about his friend's little brother, and I'm thinking in my head like, is your friend's little brother or your friend here right now? Like, I'm saying, because it would be different if his friend was there in my stream, but he wasn't. He's saying some disrespectful stuff behind his back, and I got on him about that, and I'm like, bro, you don't even like, nah, man, stop that. I'm like, stop talking about that person like that. But yeah, he was talking about like how that and how he like acts like, or no, what was how he would say he was acting. He was just saying how like he was acting like a certain way, but then started getting on about how black people act, and he was just like, oh, like black people talk with slang and all that stuff, and he was just being ignorant. And I was like, yeah, I had to find that stream and or like post that clip and stuff, or post when he was just talking and things. But I was like, where is this even coming from? Why is it that you feel like you need to talk to me about this stuff? And what's crazy is like in everybody else's stream that he's, you know, because I that's the one thing that I actually feel bad for in this whole situation, is that now my friends, like other streamers I'm cool with, now they're involved. He's following them, and then he's trying to be all cool with them and stuff, but nah, like I actually did tell, like I told everybody possible. There were some that did overall ban him, and yeah, it was, you know, it was overall like they, you know, they understood. They probably dealt with that crap themselves, but then there was some where I'm like, I don't know, I really don't want them to learn like the hard way, but I do feel like at some point in time he might not be being all toxic, but no, he doesn't. Like, that's the crazy thing about it. It's like in everybody else's stream, like, because they were shocked when I was telling them some of the stuff that he was talking on. And so when I was, yeah, so they'll just be like, some was like, oh yeah, I'm banning him right away. Then there's some where it's like, you know, I haven't seen him like talk like that in my stream, so they're just gonna let it slide. But no, like there, yeah, it was just, I'm confused, because I'm like, why are you being toxic in my stream, but everybody else's stream you're not saying no? And I've seen him in other people's streams where he's not saying no crazy things. He's just overall like talking, he's blending in with the crowd pretty much. But and in my stream, you can point him out from everybody else in my stream. And I'm like, it's stuff like that where, yeah, I ended up banning him. I remember he tried like messaging me saying, hey, I'm sorry. I'm like, nah, I ain't hearing that. I'm like, nah, you've had one too many times being toxic in my stream, and I'm not dealing with that crap anymore. So anyways, yeah, banned him. It was funny though, because just recently, because he, yeah, like, you know, there's a friend of mine, and it sucks because like I want to be in my friend's streams, but when I see him in there, I'm like, I don't even want to see his name, you know, like that's how like just toxic this person is. Or it's like you see his name, like you feel anger, like you feel like you want to go off on him and stuff. So anyways, I had yeah, so I just went ahead and joined one of my friend's streams, and she had she shouted me out. I thought that was a you know, dope thing. I didn't donate, I didn't do nothing. She just randomly shouted me out, and I was just like, oh, chill. So it was funny because she was she said, hey, mods, can one of my mods shout you out and things, or shout him out? And it was funny because I knew he wasn't gonna do it, but not one person did it. And I'm like, dang, man. I'm like, y'all got this dude like just he got you guys like just all like mind twisted or something. Or I don't know what the whole reason was about that, but I just knew for a fact he wasn't gonna do it. And so I kind of did laugh about that and things. And I think he said like some other dumb stuff, and I was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and leave this stream. You know, there are some people here that's yeah, a little bit toxic, and yeah, I just don't personally want to see that and stuff. So, but yeah, Word of advice, when somebody's being toxic in your stream, don't give them multiple chances. Ban them right then and there. No warnings, nothing. Just ban them, all right? But anyways, and that being said, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for some more Hater Chronicle videos. Like and subscribe if you're new to the channel, and peace.